Odyssey in the future when all's well. You're listening to Russell Brand on Six Music. I'm here with Matt Morgan, who's lethargically in charge of buttons. You alright, Matt?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What did you look so listless for?
Well, I didn't have much sleep.
What an excuse. Then there's Trevor Cocky-Locky. Oh, Cocky-Locky. Trevor Lock. What's up, mate?
Nothing is up apart from me.
You look joyous.
I am joyous. It's a spring morning in
It's
the
not spring,
late summer.
Oh, you know nothing of the seasons. It's like Vivaldi never even existed with you, ain't it?
Yeah.
We're still in Edinburgh, aren't we?
We are still here. Why are we still here?
I was ill.
Oh, yeah.
I got laryngitis
What
and
happened?
tonsillitis. I got, but probably because of the pressure of working we used to. Laryngitis and tonsillitis started to grind me down. It became unbearable. I was really, really ill. Couldn't speak. Nearly lost my voice.
I remember when you opened your mouth and I looked in and I saw a little white thing.
There was
the
a
side.
little white thing
What
at
was
the
that
back
thing?
of my throat. Well, there were no women about, Matt. no, I had to have some activity.
That's
no,
disgusting.
I know, I'm only mucking around. I take that back. It was, I don't know, some sort of ulcer.
It was quite nice when you were humble and had to whisper,
Can I have one of those? I hated that. I felt castrated without my voice.
It made me whisper back. Do you remember
Yeah.
we had whispering
We
conversations?
all whispered
infectious.
to preserve my voice before a throat specialist said that is the last thing you should be doing.
yeah,
is
whispering scratches.
You were like a king and we couldn't speak normally so that we didn't humble you by our normal voices.
Right, yeah, like, 'cause it would have shown me up
Yeah.
to hear people talking normally. This is just how people speak. Everyone whispers nowadays. Yeah, so a bit ill, so I couldn't go to Reading Festival. That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would have liked it now, I
Pearl
think.
Jam.
Missed that. That's
I'm
a-
glad. I'm very glad we didn't have to go.
Why are you glad,
I
Trev?
wouldn't have enjoyed it.
I suppose you wouldn't have fitted in, looking as you do like a bit of a twerp.
Well, I don't think that's the reason, though.
Oh, it's one reason, Trev. Imagine you down at Reading Festival. People, I think, would have took a dislike to you.
Well,
You
maybe
can't-
they would.
You can't call Trevor a twerp.
Why?
Whatever you said. You're standing there covered in coffee that you spilt down yourself in the taxi.
I know, it's embarrassed. I had a try-soy latte, as a matter of fact, is what it is. The lid sort of came off it, and I sort of looked like I'd been shot, and my blood was made out of coffee, and just all burst out all over me like a Rorschach test. No, is it Rorschach?
Rorschach.
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 Where you look at a butterfly and go, that reminds me of a time that I stole my mum's knickers. Which I've never done. So, yeah, over the course of this show, we're going to be talking about illnesses. A bit of that'll be going on. There'll be some boasting. Guess, we've got that Neil Strauss bloke, the bloke who wrote that book, The Game, which is a book about how to seduce people. I think mostly women, but I think it's like techniques you can use to seduce and make people do what you want, probably just with body language and stuff like that. That'd be interesting to talk to him. We'll badger Gallagher at some point. We'll get Noel Gallagher to come on the radio show. What's that, Trev? What is it?
I've got a new competition.
You've got a new competition?
Yeah, it's called the Breakfast Competition.
Oh, I don't like the sound of it, Trev. It sounds boring.
What it is, all you have to do is come to the
Not just
studio
announce a competition.
in the
but
ton
this
with some breakfast, and I will eat it in front of you.
What a lovely contest. We're trying to get people... No one's going to bring you breakfast.
They might.
He
They
bought
might.
breakfast and they forgot to put it in his bag.
Can you
Trevor,
believe that?
If you're
A
hungry...
well-known establishment allowed me to pay for a breakfast
But
and
they
then
never
walk
gave
out
you?
without it.
Oh, you poor man.
I'm hungry.
It's Trevor's breakfast contest, everyone. If you want to bring a delicious breakfast to Trevor, we're in Edinburgh still. We're in
In
a
the
place
Ton,
called
the
the
BBC
Ton, the
building in the
BBC
Ton.
building at the back of the Ton, Holyrood Road. Come here, bring us some breakfast. Oh, bring what you want, bring what you got. You know, why stop at breakfast? Done a good gig last night at the Edinburgh International Conference Centre. Historic, wasn't it, Trev?
awesome,
Oh, history were made that night. Tales we told. Gentlemen in England now abed will think themselves accursed they were not there and hold their manhoods cheap, whilst any speaks that saw that gig at the Edinburgh International Conference Centre. Yeah, it went well. Like, a lot of cheering and screaming, because it's like 1,200 people. It's a lot exciting.
It was like being at a Bay City Rollers gig in 1975.
It was
I
like the
imagine,
bloody Rollers. It really was,
Yeah.
wasn't it? And at the end, right, I goes, yeah, we'll have a do now. And we said this tiny pub, called that's below our flat where we're all staying. Goes, all of you can come to this pub. And we very nearly caused a great deal of damage to that pub because like quite a large percentage of the people at the gig turned up. It was only a little pub, about 400 people.
Why did
turned
Alan
up.
Yentop turn up?
Oh, so luckily, Alan Yentop, former controller of BBC Two, turned up with me because I think he mistakenly thought, like, because I sort of made it sound sound like
An after party.
after party as opposed to a precursor to an orgy.
I think it's pretty clear what you were after.
Right.
Was he at the gig then? So he
Yeah,
heard
he was at
that.
the gig. Yeah.
I goes, yeah, you're all welcome, all people, come to our after-show party. Particularly welcome will be women. Particularly welcome will be the unattached and the psychologically liberated. You know, but everyone, like, loads of people came. It was really nice. Blokes, everything. There was all sorts of people there. What a lovely evening we all had.
So Yentop was in the queue with loads of girls queuing up to meet you.
Yentop, he was stood out there, old Alan Yentop. I ended up getting off with him. Seriously.
We all did. We all did.
We all. I mean, it was a giddy, hedonistic evening. Kissing and cuddling with Alan Yentop from the controller at Radio 2. No, BBC Television 2, too. 2.
What does he do now? Does he work for the Salvation Army?
Trevor, I am not Alan Yentop's keeper. I am not in control of his CV. I do not spend my life looming at windows, peering at Alan Yentop.
Why would he work for the Salvation Army?
Because
I
anyone?
I saw him in
Selling
discussions
papers.
outside the Salvation Army in Chalk Farm about a month ago.
Oh, right, and you think he works there? Something like that.
Well, not so he works
That is
there.
a thoroughfare, Trevor.
Maybe it's-
That is a thoroughfare. What don't you understand about thoroughfares?
It wasn't a thoroughfare,
It's
mate.
a thoroughfare.
It was the forecourt of a Salvation Army coffee shop and bookshop.
Merely stopped because he was passing through the thoroughfare.
It's not a thoroughfare.
It's a thoroughfare,
Was he
Trev.
going to church? Did he hold a
What
service, perhaps?
part of
Is he a
thoroughfare-
lay preacher?
He is a Jewish gentleman, you filthy racist. What part of thoroughfare don't you understand, you anti-Semites?
The
Thoroughfare!
Forecourt.
Thoroughfare! What's wrong? Eat your fudge, Trev!
Buy me some fudge.
I will bring Trevor some fudge for his
Where's my
breakfast.
fudge,
He doesn't
young man?
deserve any
Where
breakfast
is it?
other than fudge. If you're in the area, come to the time we're in Holyrood Road. Say your password is fudge. Simply say fudge, and you will be allowed into
No,
this
let's bring him a
building.
normal breakfast, but mash fudge into it.
Mash fudge into
No,
that
just a
man's
normal
diet.
breakfast and no fudge.
He needs fudge. That boy is crying out.
People
for fudge.
shouted out fudge, didn't they, at your gig?
Yeah, people go, eat your fudge, Trev. It's really cool on. People like saying eat
Yeah,
your
I
fudge.
get it. I've been having it all around Edinburgh. People.
What I like most is when people add UC. Eat your fudge, UC.
No, you don't like that, do you?
No, we don't like that.
What, we don't want people to call Trevor a
No,
C.
not at all, never.
I'd like it that people... as long as they mean it nicely.
They don't mean it nicely.
Well, they're like actually aggressively telling you to
There
eat
are
fudge.
some young, impressionable people out there that don't understand that you really like me underneath all this
I'll tell you
hatred.
why they don't understand that, Trev, because it ain't so. If you look beneath that superficial hatred, you'll find a more profound hatred. And beneath that is essential hatred. Then beneath that are XY chromosomes of hate. Right at my core. No, there's not. There's actual love. So, what a good week we've had here up in Edinburgh.
Been good, hasn't it?
What about yous two getting into a brawl? What's going on? Yous a couple of brawling louts.
There's no
That's
brawl.
evidence of how much I love Trev. Someone
Yeah, he stepped in.
had a go at Trev.
Someone
I
had a go at
stepped in.
Trev.
Yeah. No one
What?
has a
What
go
did
at
they
me.
say to him?
If they have a go at me, they've got Matt Morgan to answer to.
What a lot of nonsense. I heard that you go, yeah, alright mate, I ain't from round here. Matt's going, I ain't a push geezer, I'll carve you up, I'll strike you, I'll leave you more stripes than a zebra. Yeah, I'll make you smile for the rest of your life. Type rhubarb.
Yeah, no, it was a bit like that. We're with these people who are really, really posh and Scottish, but they
I like
speak
posh
in
people,
a
they're
posh
nice.
English voice.
They were lovely.
Good to speak
They
in a
were
posh English
charming.
I'm
voice.
just telling you, I'm not judging them.
You are
The fact that they were awful.
Yeah, and what happened?
they-
You at some sort of yachting club?
Well, this girl said to us, come to this club, it's like a dive. She
Yeah.
goes, oh, it's cheesy music, it's a dive. And we said, well, you know, we'll understand that.
You just went
And we
there,
went there,
did
it was like a yachting club.
Like a yachting club.
And then-
with posh
Young
people.
Conservative club it was.
We ended up, it would have been a brawl had I not done that ridiculous impression.
Yeah, come in.
If I hadn't have done that, we would have been beaten up.
Beaten up by Wycliffe, you tricked them into
I
thinking that
tricked
you
them
were
into
arse.
thinking I was insane.
Well done. It's always good technique. But well, the moment I'm most interested in is when Trevor started. Trevor
Trevor.
Cockedy-Locky started joining in with the fight and talk. Trevor fighting Trevor Lock. Trevor Knuckle. He'd been dancing with them girls all night. Trevor is. Well, I could
dancing
say
on
a good
stage.
dancer.
He just said little
He's an
Clint Eastwood
interesting
style
dancer.
things like,
He said,
you made a mistake.
yeah,
like that.
this is my favourite from the evening. Trevor, while confronted with these posh people who can seldom fight because what have they got to fight for? He said to one of these posh people, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, but then, like, you was at the front doing your Ray Winston impression, smashing bottles over your own head and that, taking your shirt off, crying, screaming, feeling yourself up, sexualising stuff. And did Trevor Locke, who had been dancing on stage all evening, say to one of the girls, You girls have seen me dance. You don't want to see me fight. Did you say that,
That
Trev?
may have been said by young Chevrolet.
You've seen me dance. You don't want to see me fight.
Yeah.
You don't want to see this beast
You see my
unleashed.
ridiculous camp dancing? Wait for the camp fighting.
Duncan Norvell kicking a carrier bag around the car park.
Trevor, what have you got to say for yourself about that?
I was at Leighton Live, and
That's a
That's another
comedy gig
story.
in Edinburgh.
Why were you saying
Why are you
Clint
saying
Eastwood
these
things?
Clint Eastwood things?
well, I've got a great sense of humour, haven't I?
My mule don't like people laughing at him. I know what you're thinking, punk.
What did the girls say when he said that?
It's like being threatened by Alan Bennett, being mugged by Alec Jones.
Excuse me, I'm going to have to ask you to hand over your wallet.
You're a silly little sausage. Did you get carried away by the atmosphere of
I
fighting?
did, I was trying to back up Matthew. I thought he can't do
Oh,
it on his
yes,
own.
Matthew needed some backup, yes.
There was about 5 of them.
You should have
There's
just
more than
carved
5 of them.
Always go for the big one, Trev. Just glass the big one, the rest of them will scatter.
That's true.
Right, but you should have used some of my brilliant fight talk. You know, my fight talk techniques include sort of sexualised, eroticised threats. Like, do you remember there was a time when me and Matt were in the back of a cab with a producer that we used to work with, Sean Grundy, and we got into an argument. Sean Grundy. We used to call him Boromir Jack. Oh,
The Radio Max.
oh, Russell. He had no eyebrows, did he?
Yeah, no, he had eyebrows, but one day, this is really weird.
His eyebrows went white.
They went white.
How did they go white? What do you mean they went
came
white?
to
Was he a
work.
chameleon?
No, he came,
He's a squid.
he came
Parts-
to work,
Yeah.
and he sat down, and he looked different.
Yeah.
And over the space of one evening, or one night, his eyebrows went completely white.
Matt goes up to him and goes, yeah, Sean, your eyebrows have gone white. Oh, no, they haven't, have they? Oh, have they gone white?
It didn't go, what? That's a very odd thing to happen and run to a mirror. He just
accepted
sort of
it.
touched them and went, oh no, they haven't gone white.
Oh,
It
they
must have
gone
happened
white.
quite a lot to him then.
Oh, no, this is terrible news.
Maybe he dyed them.
We used to call him Boromir Jack because we thought he was like a little fictional leprechaun character or something.
He had little shoes. They were like
Like dolly shoes. His little feet look like a dolly's
And
feet.
once we were
clacking down a
filming
corridor.
near Russell's house, and he said, "Oh, can I stay at your house tonight?" And Russell had a tantrum and said he couldn't. And I said, "Why? Why don't you just let him stay there?" He goes, "I don't want to see that man's feet. I don't want his feet in my house." And what that means.
I couldn't bear the idea. Well, sometimes you meet someone, you don't want to see their feet. It's intimate, isn't it? You don't want to see
Odd
someone's
man.
feet exposed. What about when I was in the back of a
See
cab?
your feet at the
Yeah,
moment.
my feet, because I like to do some of the show barefoot. It's nice. I'm a radio Zola Bard. So, like, there was a good bit where what happened was, it was in the back of a cab, spilled into an argument because I was upset about his unprofessionalism. He couldn't get the right microphones or something, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah.
And he was on the phone complaining, and I didn't like the manner in which he was complaining. I thought it lacked oomph. So I was going, no, come on, complain a bit more aggressive. And he went, oh, with all his little white talcum powder eyebrows. Oh, I'm trying my hardest. I went, well, it's not good enough or something like that. And we ended up sort of in a clinch. It was the most rubbish fight.
We've said this before, yeah, and the cab driver had to pull over
Yeah.
and pull us out.
Yeah, it
That
was
means a kiss.
I hissed like a goose at him. We said it
right.
before, I made it. I went sort of like, and I say weird things in fight situations, like, oh yeah, come on in, princess. Yeah, do you want to dance around my garden? Yeah. Do you want an apple in the passage? Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. Well, it's good 'cause it confuses
it's
people.
baffling to listen to for people. It confounds them. But the cab driver was really funny because the cab driver had to break up the fight, but he was like a bloke, so he was sort of go, right, stop fighting, like laughing though, because it was such a rubbish fight. He couldn't take it
Worst fight,
seriously.
wasn't it? And some flowers got all bent.
Yeah, because bloke sipping and bought some flowers. The flowers got bent. Oh, good. That was a lovely occasion. Fighting talk. So,
awful.
Anyway, we're going to talk about illnesses and lies. These are like when I was a lad, I used to get off school by pretending to be ill. I'd twizzle up a bit of tissue within the tissue. Right, twizzle it till it's pencil thin, then feed it. That would be concealed by the main body of the tissue. Then I'd feed it up
now
my
I understand.
nose, and it makes you sneeze.
Oh, I thought you were saying you make a little sausage of tissue, stick it up your nose, and then make another one and put it up there.
No, not feed loads
And
of them
then
up
you
there.
sneeze them out like javelins. You can understand it.
I sneeze out
So you
tissue
have a
davelins.
ball of tissue with a secret little
Secret
spike
little
on it.
twizzle, just a spike, say about it's just the size of a blade of grass. Just
So that
twizzle
goes up the
tissue.
nose?
That's concealed. That goes up the nose. Then you're sneezing, so your mum will let you off school because you're sneezing. That is a difficult symptom to feign. So do about 4 or 5 sneezes in the morning. Oh, I got a cold. You're off school.
Perfect.
They also always say, well, get dressed and see how you feel. And
Yeah.
the bit where you get, it's quite clever, because the bit where you get dressed, you think, I might as well go to school now.
Cunning. cunning to
Clever
make you go
trick.
to school. Tricky little. Tell us stories about, if you want, you can tell us stories about fights you've been into in honour of Fighting Trev. Oh, his name is Trev. Look at him go, Big Trev. Big Bad Trev.
Your name came up in that fight.
My name came up in that fight. What is that,
Pointed
mate?
at my shoes that you bought me, that are the same as your shoes. Went, Russell Brand shoes. Like
Bloody
that.
cheek. How dare they? Those shoes were worn by the Beatles in
know.
the 60s. They've got a rich heritage. So, all right, yeah, talk to us about fights if you want to, or talk to us about illnesses and lives. Send us text messages.